here, and our friends and family who have been there for us and have laid the ground for us to be here today. From UNLV's first commencement ceremony in 1964, where only 29 people graduated, it was a very small, obviously, and our university's face on diversity has changed over time. In fact, UNLV has evolved into one of the most diverse campuses in the country, and we can find people in the student body who are of all ages, younger than 17 to older than 60. People from different ethnic backgrounds, Native American to Pacific Islander, and as an international student from Ecuador, I am proud to say that this university is home to students from different countries that represent every country, every continent in the planet. We have students from Mexico, South Africa, Korea, Hungary, pretty much everywhere. If you can see the flags, we're represented. But our diversity in where we're from or how old we are is not really what matters, I think, or what has brought us here. It's our invisible diversity, who we are, what makes us us, our perseverance, our individual effort. That's what made us come here and be part of UNLV and our graduates for spring commencement 2013. So even though we're different than the first graduating class, we are not unlike them in the sense that it will be our invisible diversity that will take us into the future and give us a path and success. So with further ado, whether you go on to graduate school or you go on to the workforce or any other endeavor, I commend you and congratulate you for that specific individual diversity that you have that has brought you here and that will lead you into the future, into what I'm sure will be successful for all of us. So, as we say in Portuguese, parabéns, boa sorte, and in Spanish, felicitaciones, buena suerte, I say to you today in English, congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Maria Jose. That was a wonderful speech and typifies the kinds of incredible intellect that our students have, and their ability to do good in the world, I know, will be amplified throughout this entire audience. On this occasion, the May 2013 commencement of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the Board of Regents has authorized the presentation of Distinguished Nevadan Awards. At a prior ceremony on May 9th, our distinguished Nevadans were honored with the official reading of their odes and the presentation of their pins of distinction. This morning, we're delighted to publicly acknowledge our appreciation for their service with the presentation of their medallions. Regent Creer, I would invite you to come to the podium for the presentation of these honors.
Thank you, Dr. Smatras. The purpose of this formal recognition is to honor citizens of Nevada for significant achievements contributing to the cultural, economic, educational, or social advancement of our state and nation. It is my honor to invite to the podium our first recipient, Mr. Bob Fess. Regent Anderson nominated Mr. Fess for this honor, and I would also like to invite her to join us at the podium. Robert Fess, you have dedicated yourself to the state of Nevada and to the people who call Nevada their home, and for the state, we are all grateful. On behalf of the Board of Regents and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, I congratulate and bestow upon you the title of Distinguished Nevadan. Bob. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture right here. Thank you. And it is with great pleasure that I invite our next honorees, Dr. William Bob Bailey and Miss Anna Bailey, to the podium. And standing in for Dr. Bailey is his son, John Bailey. Please come to the podium. Yes. Bob and Ann Bailey, you have dedicated yourself to the state of Nevada and to the people who call Nevada their home. And for that, we are grateful. On behalf of the Board of Regents and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, I congratulate and bestow upon you the title of Distinguished Nevadans. Congratulations.
And while this celebration is all too short, I just thought I'd tell you that if you knew the incredible history of Anna and her husband here in Las Vegas, where they broke ground as owners and operators of the first African-American nightclub in town, and in so many other ways, serving as mentors and role models for a population that really needed a lift, you would be proud to also say not only are they distinguished Nevadans, but in their own right, they were true rebels. Great job. It is the established custom of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to confer honorary degrees upon individuals whose careers demonstrate outstanding achievement. The Board of Regents has approved our request to confer an honorary degree upon Mr. Samuel Lionel. Regent Creer will join me for this presentation, and I would like Mr. Lionel to please come forward. Thank you. Samuel Lionel, as founder of Lionel, Sawyer & Collins, one of the largest and most prestigious law firms in Nevada, you are the president of a statewide legal institution. You've made your name in gaming law, corporate government, and particularly litigation. Your legal skills are recognized on the local, state, and national levels, and your name regularly appears whenever lists of best lawyers are published. In addition to the practice of law, you have also been a teacher in the law department at the United States Military Academy and are a retired Lieutenant Colonel JAG. Last year, you, along with Erwin Molaski, won the 2012 Liberty Bell Award, which recognizes people who uphold the rule of law, contribute to good government within the community, stimulate a sense of civic responsibility, and encourage respect for the law in courts. You helped found Project REAL to teach Nevada K-12 students about the principles of democracy, law, and the responsibilities of citizenship. Project REAL gives students a chance to examine controversial issues, explore the judicial system, and become involved citizens who understand their social responsibilities and rights. For your legal leadership and contribution to legal education at every level, we are proud to award you the honorary degree Doctor of Laws. Congratulations, Doctor. All right. I've got to say, he looks pretty darn good in that hood. Well, it's a tradition at this point in the ceremony to share facts with you about today's graduating class, something I know you're all interested in. And to those who have any question about the impact of higher education in Nevada, I invite them to carefully listen to these statistics. Today, we expect to award 2,549 degrees and certificates during our commencement ceremony. 56% of our graduates are female and 44% are male. I'm not sure exactly why anyone was cheering, but I find it pretty interesting. 43% of the graduating class are from minority groups. Average age of baccalaureate recipients is 26. Average age of graduate and professional degree recipients is 32. Overall average, 28. Our youngest graduate, though, is 18 years old. And our oldest graduate eclipses that by 70 years at 88. "83% of our graduates are Nevada residents, and graduates today represent 38 states and 62 foreign countries." UNLV is truly a global university. Since 1964, we have awarded over 109,000 degrees, and today we will have our 100,000th alum who walks across the stage proudly representing our university all across the world. At the end of today, we will have awarded nearly 80,000 bachelor's degrees, 23,000 master's degrees, 1,400 doctoral degrees, 1,700 JD degrees, and 500 Doctor of Dental Medicine degrees. Our primary purpose for being here today is to celebrate the achievement of you, our students. So each semester, we seek nominations from the campus community for students who will be recognized as outstanding students from their graduating class. The accomplishments of the students selected today illustrate the academic achievements and incredible life success of our many students. The recipients of the Outstanding Student Award are seated with us on the platform today, and I'd like to invite all of them to come forward as a group for introductions. Matt Hoyton, will you please come forward? Matt's perfect 4.0 GPA in the biological sciences and research accomplishments are remarkable. A 4.0 in the biological sciences, wow. Matt is a leading researcher on desert pupfish with Dr. Stan Hilliard and Dr. Frank Van Brooklyn. Matt's research has tremendous implications for the conservation of a very rare and endangered species, as well as more generally to evolutionary processes, adaptationism, use of safety factor, niche exploitation, and physiological ecology. The desert pupfish are the only vertebrates that we know that limit their metabolism even when they have oxygen available. I don't know how they do that, but it's pretty darn fascinating. Among his many research contributions, Matt is also first author on a manuscript which is being considered for publication by the world's most prestigious journal in science, the journal Science. And it is incredible. It's the highest impact journal in the world. So for someone who's an undergraduate who's done research to be a first author on such a publication is truly a tribute to the skills of our graduating class and to Matt's dedication to academics, scientific research, community service, teaching, and leadership. As a result of his activities here, he has been accepted into Harvard Medical School's class of 2017. But in the spirit of overachieving, while at Harvard, he also hopes to earn a master's degree in public policy at the John F. Kennedy School of Government. So congratulations, Matt, on a job incredibly well done. Next, and I know he's over there on the edge, I'd like to ask Vic Roy to please come forward. Vic is a member of the Honors College, graduating with University Honors Cum Laude. He's a biology pre-professional major, and his undergraduate research was done in Dr. Marty Schiller's lab, focusing on potential drug therapies involving HIV. Vic has been a participant in the prestigious Engelstadt Scholars Program, and just as a sidebar, I have known Vic since he came in as a freshman. He's completed more than 300 hours of community service with the Boys and Girls Club of Nevada, and as a tutor and mentor for those kids who need a role model like Vic. He's also a presidential student ambassador and represents the university at donor and alumni events. And I'll tell you, if you haven't met Vic, he's a delight. He's represented us well, and we're really proud of his successes. He plans to attend med school in the near future, and I ask you to all join me in congratulating him on his achievements. Our next honoree represents our advanced degree recipients, that is, degrees at the master's or PhD level. I would like to ask Alexia Shin-Chen to step forward. Alexia is receiving a master's degree in architecture. She's the project manager, communications lead, and architectural designer for Team Las Vegas, made up of UNLV students and faculty who are constructing an amazing facility called Desert Soul, a solar-powered, energy-efficient, low-carbon emission home designed for the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon of 2013. Now, if you don't know about the Solar Decathlon, only 20 teams from around the world are invited to participate, and UNLV, under Alexia's leadership, is one of those teams. The competition will be held in October 2013 in Irvine, California. Alexia interned at local architectural firm Lucchese Galati Architects in Las Vegas, and she was the interior designer for the UNLV Lead Library Graduate Commons Lounge, an incredible facility that many of you have seen, and also the new Lead Discovery Children's Museum. So she has done amazing work. We wish her and her team the best of luck in Desert Soul. And Alexia, it's been a pleasure getting to know you over the past couple years. Ed Mousoff is our next honoree. Ed is graduating with a PhD in radiochemistry. Dr. Ken Zerwinski, the director of the UNLV radiochemistry program, refers to Ed as one of the top students he has mentored at UNLV or at MIT. Ed took first place in the national U.S. Department of Energy student competitions for his investigation into the behavior of a radioactive byproduct of nuclear energy. Ed's work on nuclear fuel cycle research, particularly on recycling waste forms of spent radioactive materials, enabled UNLV's top national program in radiochemistry to expand into a DOE programmatic effort, resulting in collaborations with numerous top research labs around the country. Ed has already made his mark in the field with 6 research publications and 3 more that he's developing. He currently works for the Pacific Northwest National Laboratories in Washington. Ed, you typify the high levels of achievement and national respect that our PhD graduates garner, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. To all of you, too. All of you. Thank you so much.
And as you see, Ed wants to note that the achievements that were shared for him on the stage are just typical of the achievements all of you have attained. Congratulations to all our student honorees and to our entire graduating class. Your contributions exemplify the way our students enrich our community through research and through our service. We anticipate that all of you will be instrumental in helping to build a brighter future for our region. And now, as we begin the presentation of the degree candidates, I would like to call upon our Executive Vice President and Provost, John White, to join me at the podium.
Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? President Samatras, on recommendation of the Graduate College faculty, I present to you these candidates for the doctoral degree.
You have been recommended to me by your distinguished faculty and the Chief Academic Officer. Therefore, by virtue of the laws of the state of Nevada and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you who have fulfilled all the requirements the appropriate doctoral degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
I'm pleased to ask the class marshals to escort the doctoral degree graduates to the platform to receive their hoods. The graduates will be hooded by their faculty advisors who guided them through their doctoral study. It is fitting that the faculty advisors participate in this hooding ceremony, as it is symbolic of the transition from student to colleague. President Samatras and Vice President for Research and Graduate Dean Tom Piota will congratulate the graduates on the lower platform.
Michelle Esquessa Dorn, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Dr. Peter B. Gray, Anthropology. Jonathan J. Sabah, Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, hooded by Dr. Jefferson W. Kenny, Assistant Professor of Psychology. Ryan P. Herod, Doctor of Philosophy and Anthropology, hooded by Dr. Deborah L. Martin, Lindsay Professor, Anthropology. Anemika Dutt, Doctor of Philosophy and Anthropology, hooded by Deborah L. Martin, Lindsay Professor, Anthropology. Nicole Bees Hernandez, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Dr. David Copeland, Associate Professor in Psychology. Jaja Waters, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematical Sciences, hooded by Dr. Ji-Jun Lee, Professor in Mathematical Sciences. Amanda Louise Habush, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Dr. Kimberly A. Barchard, Associate Professor, Psychology. Nicholas S. Taylor, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Dr. Daniel N. Allen, Lindsay Professor of Psychology. Anna Marie B. Antonio, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, hooded by Dr. Michelle Clark, Associate Professor in Nursing. Robert Kirchen, Doctor of Philosophy in English, hooded by Dr. Beth Rosenberg, Associate Professor in English. Thomas Jackson Wills, Doctor of Philosophy in English, hooded by Dr. Donald Revel, Professor in English. Andrew Ballman, Doctor of Philosophy in English, hooded by Dr. Joseph B. McCullough, Distinguished Professor of English. Edward S. Musaf, Doctor of Philosophy and Sciences, hooded by Dr. Jaworski, Professor of Chemistry. Thomas J. Bussey, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, hooded by Dr. Mary K. Orgel, Associate Professor in Chemistry. Candace E. Griffith, Doctor of Philosophy and Sociology, hooded by Dr. Christy Batson, Associate Professor of Psychology, and Dr. Andrew Spivak, Associate Professor in Psychology. Crystal A. Jackson, Doctor of Philosophy and Sociology, hooded by Dr. Barbara Brents, Professor, Department of Sociology. Shauna Davis, Doctor of Philosophy and Public Affairs, hooded by Dr. M. Alexis Kennedy, Associate Professor, Criminal Justice. Carol Servino, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Affairs, hooded by Dr. William Sousa, Associate Professor, Criminal Justice. Courtney A. Kokenauer, Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health, hooded by Dr. Michelle Chino, Professor, Environmental and Occupational Health. Michael Brewer, Doctor of Philosophy, Biological Sciences, hooded by Dr. Alan Gibbs, Associate Professor, Life Sciences. Donald William Malpass, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Dr. Janice McKay, Associate Professor of Music. Matthew Thomas Gushel, Doctor of Musical Arts, hooded by Dr. Stephen Kaplan, Professor of Music. The candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy are being hooded by Dr. Merrill Landers, Department Chair Physical Therapy, and Dr. Sue Sherman, Assistant Professor Physical Therapy, and will be greeted by Dr. Tom Piota, Interim Vice President for Research and Dean of Graduate Research, and UNLV President Smatrisk. Jason Keith Longhurst. Russell L. Gurley. Rithia Vong. Kate Addis. Faustina Tren. Breland Vom Stieg. Spencer D. Sorensen. Jason Melton. Michael S. Williams. Lanisha Shar Pahachek. Stephanie Ann Kuhn. Ashley Ray Tellabell. Denise Renee Kaufman. Mallory Puckett. Michael Lee Suckup. Amber E. Domingo. Lindsay C. Martin. Cody R. Buckner. Melinda Lee Facencio. Emilia Kubera Shelton. Kimberly Ann Dreyer. Tracy Lee Delgado. Stephen A. Burton. Robert Raymond Robb. Michael Kalani Coway. Mitchell J. Smith. The candidates for the Doctor of Nursing practice are being hooded by Dr. Tish Smyer, Associate Dean of Academics, School of Nursing, and Dr. Tom Piota, Vice President for Research and Dean of Graduate College. Patricia Marie Walker. Yvette Wilson. Julie Collins Rochford. Robert Joseph Vadovic. Adriana Weschler Zimrig, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Dr. Michelle G. Carroll, Assistant Professor in Residence, Psychology.
Round of applause, please, for the graduates with the doctoral degrees. The doctoral graduates may now be seated. Will the candidates for the Juris Doctorate degree please rise? President Samastras, on recommendation of the faculty of the William S. Boyd School of Law, I present to you these candidates for the Juris Doctorate degree.
You have been recommended to me by your distinguished faculty and the Chief Academic Officer. Therefore, by virtue of the laws of the state of Nevada and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you who have fulfilled all the requirements the Juris Doctorate degree, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the marshals please escort the Juris Doctorate degree graduates to the platform? The graduates will be hooded by members of the law school faculty who guided them through their legal studies. President Samatras and Dean Nancy Rappaport will congratulate the candidates.
John T. Nyman.
Stephanie Yeuna Yang.
Nadina Ann Beach.
Jared K. Lamb.
Weston Louise Spann.
Christopher Richard Alderman.
Jeremy Bradford Duke.
Bethany Lynn Kirkeneer.
Caroline Susan Roski.
Amanda J. Morgan.
Kenton G. Ihacker.
Amanda Louise Ireland.
Denise Y. Mariscalis.
Heather N. Brannigan.
Michael Punky Folan.
Jennifer Shamshore.
James Fox.
Genevieve Romand.
William Warren Flynn Jr.
Michelle Denise Seibold.
Brian Harold Nelson.
Renee Marie Finch.
Matthew D. Whitaker.
Jason R. Wallace.
Carly M. Gabor.
Eric Carson.
Elanus E. Wong.
Oliver Siebold.
Danielle Marie Holt.
Ramir Mitchell Hernandez.
Micah Isaiah Gienop.
Laura Michelle Tucker.
Adam Reed Connect.
Rajan Olarita Dungana.
Rebecca J. Gallardo.
Emily R. Navaska.
Jennifer Gaslam.
Kathy Kama.
Jessica Elizabeth Pena Perlick.
Michael Lee Gaskill.
Alexandra Christine Valera.
Michael I. Sandoval.
Angela Marie Cook.
Charles S. Jackson.
Sonia Sharice Miller.
Alan R. Smith.
Britannica Deja Collins.
David W. Shell Davis.
Vicky Cho.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Juris Doctorate degree. The Juris Doctorate recipients may now be seated. Will the candidates for specialist and master's degrees in all areas please rise? President Samatras, on recommendation of the Graduate College faculty, I present to you these candidates for specialist and master's degrees.
You've been recommended to me by your distinguished faculty and the Chief Academic Officer. Therefore, by virtue of the laws of the state of Nevada and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you who have fulfilled all the requirements the appropriate specialist or master's degree, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the class marshals please escort the recipients of specialist and master's degrees to the platform? President Samatras and Vice President for Research and Graduate College Dean Tom Piota will greet the graduates.